Hi, this is Miss Wright, and I am going to go over Romeo and Juliet vocabulary for college prep students. This is List 5, Act 5. The first word is presage. Presage. Presage means to foretell. And if you look at the word presage, it has the word sage in it. Sage means wise or wisdom. And being able to foretell is being able to see into the future and tell what is going to happen before it occurs. Apothecary. Apothecary. An apothecary is a person who prepares and sells drugs and medicines. Today we would say it's a pharmacist. Penury. Penury. Penury is extreme poverty. Extreme poverty. So this person is so poor, he has no clothes. Pestilence. Pestilence. A plague. It appears that these people are suffering from the plague. So a plague is an outbreaking of disease. Usually in the Middle Ages, it was caused by rats spreading disease. Obsequies. Obsequies. Funeral rites. Memorial ceremonies. So once again, we are at a funeral. There's a lot of death in this play, so there are many words related to death. And the ritual that we go through when we bury someone would are referred to obsequies. Obsequies. Inexorable. Inexorable is unchangeable. If something is inexorable, like time is inexorable, we can't stop it. Time always marches forward. No matter what we do, we grow older. That is something that is inexorable. It's unchangeable. Peruse. Peruse. To read or study, to look over. To read or study, to look over. This person is perusing the newspaper. You should peruse your homework before coming to class, or make sure that you peruse your reading and annotate it for your homework. Ensign. Ensign. Ensign is a flag or banner. Ensign is a flag or banner. Sunder. Sunder. To cut off, it can also be to tear apart. Sunder. So when you have divided something, it is being torn asunder, torn apart. Ambiguities. Ambiguities. Words or circumstances that have two or more meanings, or whose meaning is unclear or a mystery. So this sign is very ambiguous. Which way are we supposed to go? To the right or to the left? It's not perfectly clear. Meager. Meager. Meager is a small amount. So in this political cartoon, the budget here is quite meager, as represented by this very tiny little bird. Remnants. Remnants. A remnant is a small portion left over from a larger amount, the remaining part. So this person has consumed his or her dinner, and these are the remnants, just the tiny traces that a meal had been on this plate. Apparently, the person was extremely hungry. Distilled. Distilled. To purify or refine, to increase the strength of a substance. So many times in a laboratory, a scientist will distill something to make it stronger or to divide it into its basic parts, its basic components. Take a liquid and distill the liquid. Sepulcher. Sepulcher. A burial chamber, a tomb. This is a sepulcher. In many places that are moist, have a lot of rainfall, they do not bury people under the ground. They bury people in tombs that sit on the ground, because to bury them below the ground, sometimes during the rainy season, the flooding season, the tombs or the coffin could actually float up out of the ground. So in many places that are below sea level, prone to flood, they don't bury people in the ground, they bury them above the ground. Churl. Churl. A rude fellow, a rude or surly person. This little girl is being a churl by sticking out her tongue to someone. Churl. Churl. A rude person or a rude child. Misadventure. Misadventure is some kind of misfortune. And if you think of the word misadventure, it's an adventure that has gone badly, that has become disastrous. So a misfortune has occurred during the misadventure. And our play is talked about as a misadventure right from the beginning. Scourge. Scourge. To whip or a whip or other instrument for inflicting punishment. To whip severely. To lash, punish, or cause to suffer severely. To afflict. So in this culture, this person has done something wrong and he is being scourged with a type of a paddle. Okay? Scourged. Scourged. Okay, so that's the end of our vocabulary study for the Odyssey. Please make sure that you prepare from week to week. Don't forget, since this is the last list, we will be having a mastery vocabulary test next week. A mastery vocabulary test as soon as we finish this quiz. Okay? Thank you for using these videos. Thank you for being an awesome student and concerned about your education. And I will see you back in class. Bye-bye.